Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ibrahim's visit to Russia comes amid global scrutiny over Russia's actions in Ukraine and mounting pressure for a peace deal. Following this, how is Malaysia's stance viewed internationally and where do we stand amid these geopolitical tensions? Joining us to unpack this is Dr. Julia Roknifard, Senior Lecturer at Taylor's University. Thank you so much, Dr. Julia. Right, from a geopolitical perspective, how do you interpret the timing and significance of this trip?
The timing of the visit is quite interesting.
So we had Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim visiting Russia last year for Eastern Economic Forum. And there he was received as a guest of honor. Practically the red carpet was rolled in front of him, and he sat together with Vladimir Putin in one panel, and you could see that the relationship between them is very cordial, where Vladimir Putin invited him to visit a bit later on BRICS summit, also last year. However, on that trip, on that visit, for whatever reason, Anwar Ibrahim passed, and yet somehow it remained hanging in the air, this promise of Malaysian Prime Minister visiting Russia, maybe under similar circumstances. And now there is a good occasion for this visit. On the one hand, it does not appear to be that provocative because Anwar Ibrahim is not visiting Russia together with other leaders who showed up in Moscow for the 9th of May Victory Day and the parade, something that also raised criticism from various quarters, especially in the West. But then close enough to that date and yet not provocative, and also to satisfy that invitation, to finally honor that invitation to visit Russia again. And also this visit is touted as the first official visit, not considering visitation of the summit and conferences, since visit by Prime Minister Abdullah Badawi in 2007. So it's seen indeed as quite grand. And also, well, it plays well for Malaysia, which is chairing ASEAN this year. So Anwar Ibrahim gets to pose not only in his personal capacity, and maybe not as much even in his personal capacity, but as the Prime Minister of the country chairing ASEAN this year.
Right. Now, Julia, Malaysia often asserts its neutral or non-aligned stance, but in a climate where neutrality can be seen as a tacit support, is this visit risking Malaysia's credibility, particularly among its Western partners and also within ASEAN as well? What do you think?
There is always a risk of polarization, especially in this polarized atmosphere in the international politics. But first, as I already said, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim is visiting Russia also in his capacity as the Prime Minister of the country chairing ASEAN. I would say he went a little bit more far than just demonstrating neutrality in this. You can see there is a very positive, very warm dynamics between the two leaders. That was the same during Eastern Economic Forum, and it seems to have grown since then. You can see that they are joking with each other, and it's really cordial and it's well received in the audience. But at the same time, I don't think there is an intention to antagonize anybody, and it should be seen in line with Malaysia's policy of diversification and hedging in the international environment. So it shouldn't be seen as an outright provocative step, because it's not that.